Hello Pisces, welcome to Hoodie Priestess Tarot. I'm Jodine, your host, and let's do a tarot reading for you. We'll start out with the Oracle card, Urban Crow. Hope everything's going well for you and that you're having a good week. All right, Oracle card for Pisces, please. Oracle card to set the tone of the reading for Pisces. Thank you. We have Wrath. That's incredible, Pisces. I've gotten Wrath. I've gotten Wrath for Leo, and I've gotten Wrath for Aries. It's number 54, and 54 adds up to be 9. So 9 is the number of completion. So you would be completing something and feeling wrath or anger as you do. So maybe the anger is the reason why you're completing something. And what's on the bottom of the deck is release. While all the other signs have also gotten wrath, their bottom deck card has been something different. So you're the first one to get release. And that's a number 39, so that would be 12. So 12 would reduce to 3. And 3 is the number of creation and manifestation and collaboration. That's beautiful, isn't it? All right, Pisces, maybe we can find out what you're wrathful about. You know, I've read this out of the book often enough now that I can tell you that it talks about a baby raccoon or a young raccoon has killed a baby crow, and that the whole village of crows becomes wrathful, and it's about revenge, and it's about all of them rising up, doing what they're doing here, and that the anger that they feel is palpable. You can feel it in the air. However, I have not read the release card so often this week that I have the meaning memorized. So let's look at that for you. Pisces, are you feeling, though, that there has been a grievous wrong done to you or your community or your family or to a loved one? And are you thinking of exacting revenge? Or is it something else? All right, here's the reading for the release card. When the time comes when you cannot grieve anymore, and it is time to let go, release is that next step. This card may come to you when you need help moving forward or accepting an ending. You are dealing with some sort of completion. It is time to move on. Rise up and release yourself from the past. Release represents the transition between letting go and moving on. It is at the moment when we become aware that we can no longer hold on to the past or an event that cannot be altered. You may need to consider if your situation is blocked or impacted by something that needs to be released. And yeah, if you're feeling a lot of anger, especially if it's anger that you've been carrying for a long time, just remember that's poison for you, Pisces. So it's probably good advice here that you're getting to release. All right. Let's see what your cards have to say. We're going to use the Great Outdoor deck, the deck of the Great Outdoors. It's very beautiful. Very beautiful bright colors based on the... It's got pretty much the Rider-Waite-Smith interpretations, but it's inspired by America's national parks. So let's use that. We'll do a Celtic cross. And if we need to do any clarification, then I've got another deck. It's called Tarot Out of Hand. And it's a, it's a deck. It's very artistic. It's for artistic people. And most of the Pisces I know are very artistic, very creative people, very resourceful people. All right, so Let's do the Celtic cross for Pisces, please. What's the most important thing to know now in this month? This month coming up for Pisces. What would be important for them or helpful? What is it that they need to know? Are there any messages for Pisces, please? Thank you. All right, Pisces, you are represented by the Fool in this reading. Very nice. You must be getting ready. You must be getting ready to release something and start on a whole new venture. And what crosses you is the Three of Sticks. It's that three. Creation, manifestation, collaboration, building something great. So that's what's challenging you right now. In your past, we have the Nine of Vessels. The Nine of Vessels is a card of your wishes coming true. It can also be a card of drinking too much. I don't know. And what's in your future is the Moon and, oh, mystery. What's in your future is unknown. Are you a little worried? Are you a little scared about the future? Just remember, things always look scarier at the shadowy night than they do in the light of day, right? This is what you know. The Page of Swords. The Page of Blades. This is what you don't know. The Ten of Blades, or the Ten of Swords. It's a card of endings. You really are wrapping up something, Pisces. This is how you see yourself. Two of Stones or the Two of Pentacles. It's beautiful, isn't it? This is how others see you, Pisces. The Knight of Blades or the Knight of Swords. Look at him throwing a firecracker. You see that? He's got a cross on his back. That's how others see you. This is your hopes and your fears. The High Priestess. Pisces, that's your card. The High Priestess, the patron saint of intuitives, psychics, and tarot readers. So that is your hopes and dreams, and potential outcome is 5 Five of Stones or the Five of Pentacles. It's a little one standing out in the rain. There's two adults in the background sitting under a shelter. Is it two adults? Nope. It's one adult and one child. What's on the bottom of your deck is the Six of Sticks, which is like the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands in Rider-Waite-Smith is the card of victory. It's the card of being celebrated for your victory or being celebrated for your successes. Getting a lot of attention for things you've been successful in. All right, so let's look at this. So we've got Pisces starting on a brand new journey. This whole reading so far is alive with endings, completions, and this is a card of beginning. So you're wrapping up a cycle, and you are like a clean slate. You are a clean slate. It's as if you're a child again, Pisces, going off in the world, maybe haphazardly, with all the trust and faith that things will be okay. But what's crossing you is this card of collaboration and creation. This would be the card of people collaborating to build a great work. And what do we see in the distance there? We see a house in the distance. Apple orchard, sunflowers. This is a great work, isn't it? A farm. It's a great work. Okay, so it's a challenge to you now to collaborate. I'm wondering who you're collaborating with and what you're collaborating on. In your past, you've been fairly happy and satisfied, I would say. You must be, because you've got the equivalent here of the Nine of Cups, which is your wishes coming true. Your wish fulfillment. It's a card of being very happy. Happy and feeling like you could be generous with people. You have enough, and you're not worried about scarcity, and you're emotionally happy, and it's a good thing. But what's in your future is sort of an unknown. It could be something that surprises you. It could be something that you're a little bit afraid of. Not necessarily because it is bad, but I think more because it's unknown. You may be having a little trepidation about a future with unknowns in it. And then we have the thing that you know is the Page of Blades. Well, that would be akin to the Page of Swords. And let's just look at the picture in this card. We have a snowball fight here. And we've got that little one right in the middle of it, who doesn't seem to have any fear at all. This card doesn't tell you who the page is in all of those people. Who do you think it is? Huh. I think it's probably that little one in the middle. Although I suppose you could make a case for it otherwise, depending on how you interpret it and what else is going on in the reading. But I always think of the Page of Swords as being one who's maybe a little bit paranoid. He's looking over his shoulder. He's watching his back. He doesn't totally trust the people around him. He might be a little bit of a spy, depending on what the situation is. But he's also a student, and he's somebody who's learning. And he likes to learn. He's brave. He's kind of a cocky little tyke. So this is what you know. Is this what you know about yourself, Pisces? Or is this what you know about somebody else? And what you don't know here is the Ten of Blades, which is like the Ten of Swords. Well, you know, the Ten of Swords is a grisly, bloody card. I am interested to look up in the little book how the Tarot of the Great Outdoors is interpreting its Ten of Blades. Bear with me now, I'm going to do that. Here it is. The Ten of Blades acknowledges a job well done. So tens are cards of endings, or just a job that's done, even if not done well. Every year, thousands of people sign up for all kinds of races. 10Ks, 5Ks, marathons, half marathons, triathlons, and more. Every year, thousands of people also realize that they may have bitten off more than they can chew. It's great to set yourself a goal, train for it, and complete it. But did you enjoy it? As you wrap up any kind of a big endeavor, whether it's for work or leisure, or it's good to step back and review. Would you do it again? Did the experience help you grow as a person? And it asks, what did you learn? Considering what you would do differently is how you can improve not only as a human, but also as a leader. Regardless, be relieved you're done and move on confidently. Sorry about that. So you've been working on a project, you've been collaborating with others, and you, it looks like, have not been totally trusting of the people that you work with, that you distrust them. You're probably not happy, to say the least, about how the project has turned out. In fact, some of you may be very angry about how the project has turned out, whatever you've been working on. We're going to draw some clarifiers, of course. And maybe all of you or some of you are just going to be happy that it's over. You're going to be happy to be done with it and be released from it. Let's draw some clarifiers. I want to draw clarifiers on this 3 of sticks. Let's find out what's the nature of this thing you've been collaborating and manifesting and working on. Tarot out of hand, please show me clarifiers on the 3 of sticks for Pisces. It's what challenges Pisces, what crosses Pisces in this Celtic cross spread. Thank you. And we have Judgment. Ooh, there's a lot of finger pointing. Ooh. There's a lot of finger pointing and people are judging each other. But don't forget, Judgment is also the card of making big time decision making card. And it can be the card of spiritual awakening, but I don't know if we're dealing with exactly that. Let's find out what else is here. The World. So it's the ending of something. It's the end of a cycle. Pisces, as we do this reading, a thunderstorm is starting. Pisces, is that your wrath? Oh my, okay. And the next card we have is the High Priestess. Now the High Priestess is here twice. Judgment, finger pointing, the World, the end of a project, and the High Priestess. Well, the High Priestess would be something your gut tells you, or it's the thing that's not being said. The High Priestess card can stand for the thing that is not being said. Probably that there's a lot of anger and there's a lot of tension between the people working on this project. It doesn't tell me what that project is. And that's probably to be expected since there's so many different Pisces. It hasn't had a good ending, that's for sure. It seems like you started out with a really good attitude, like this was going to be fun and it was going to be a great project, but it just hasn't gone that way at all. Well, Pisces, how you see yourself here at the bottom of the deck, after I laid the clarifying cards, the bottom card was Justice. Are you feeling like things are fair? It's not a reversed justice. On the other hand, there's so many cards of dissatisfaction on the table. I guess I would have to ask if you thought things were fair. It would seem to me you probably didn't. So anyway, getting back to this, you see yourself as the Two of Stones. Now, is that somebody who's juggling? Generally, it is in the Rider-Waite-Smith. It's juggling. It's two things. It's also a karmic card. I promise you, I won't sit and read all of the book about this, but I am kind of interested about this Two of Stones. Bear with me. Let's look it up. Twos are cards of choices. Yes, they are. So is Judgment a card of choice. You've got some big choice cards on the table. Choices, cooperation, and balance. Justice is also a big card about balance, equality, fairness. Working in sync with your travel partner, pick a spot to camp that does the least damage. Don't tread on the small plants and don't smush the grass. Walk similarly into your day-to-day life by always choosing to leave no trace of your surroundings, or no trace on your surroundings. In city or country, travel and camp on durable surfaces. Minimize your impact to the tiny ecosystems in the earth adjacent to trails and campsites. Choose your routes and campsites wisely to do the least amount of harm. Interesting. Maybe you feel as though in this project somebody has tread heavily or run roughshod over somebody else. Maybe somebody has been a bully. Or maybe somebody has been rude and churlish and inconsiderate of others. Maybe they haven't done their fair share of work. Though I do note that underneath this Justice card, we have the card of celebration. And once again, we have the Page of Swords. So whatever it's been, I can see that you're glad for your release and you're going to celebrate that it's over. Okay, so then that's how you see yourself. And the other people see you as the Knight of Blades. Well, here's a guy. He's kind of throwing a firecracker. And you know the Knight of Blades is somebody who's aggressive and charges in very fast. You know, the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is the fastest knight in the tarot deck and rides on a charging horse. Somebody thinks you have run roughshod. That's what the Knight of Swords would do, which makes me think about this card again, all this finger pointing. You're the one who's pushed everyone around. No, you're the bully. You're the one who didn't respect other people. No, you are. That sort of thing. A fight. It's really a fight. People are really upset. The possible outcome is the High Priestess. Well, I think this means we don't really know what the possible outcome could be. Like, throw a coin in the air and see what happens. The High Priestess is well noted for her secrecy. Either that, or a possible outcome is that all of this is going to anger everybody and fluster everybody, but then people are going to keep their mouths shut and not talk about it. Like, it's just going to be over and we're not going to speak of it. I mean, this is one of her big qualities, is her secrecy, her veiledness. Like, maybe people will never know what transpired in this project because nobody's going to talk about it and nobody's going to say anything about it. It's going to be a secret. It's over. It's dead. It's gone. Bury it. And somebody definitely feels like they're an outcast or like they're not liked. They feel like they're not liked. Like they're being left out in the rain while everybody else sits back and sort of chuckles at them. And the one that's out in the rain is probably out in the rain willfully. They might be so upset that, can you see how the child is maybe a little bit stubborn? Maybe the family has told the child to come in out of the rain and they're like, no. You can imagine how children are like that, right? I certainly can. So who would you say who's identify as? Are they an outcast or are they just refusing to be part of the group because they're so upset? At the bottom of this deck, though, so interesting. Now we have the card of success and it's, you know what? I'm just getting the feeling that you've been working together with a project, working on a project with another person or another group of people, maybe a small group. Maybe a group of 3. And a couple of the personalities in that group have not gotten along to the point where one is paranoid that the other ones are, plotting against them or setting them up for failure or making them feel like an outcast, like they're not wanted. And they're not enjoying doing the project together. But maybe in spite of all of that, the project is going to come out either really well, the people grading or judging or buying it or whatever the outcome is, they're either going to be very happy or what did it say in this card, the Ten of Swords? Maybe the job was well done. Maybe it's just done. Maybe the fact that it got done at all is a celebrated success. Okay, Pisces. Well, that whole reading clung together so concisely that it's interesting how all of you could be having some similar experience. All right, now I want to ask, that's what Pisces is working on right now. Well, let's see now. It'll be a whole month before I read for you again. So let me ask now for Pisces, what are the strongest potentials for the upcoming month before I meet with Pisces again? What are the strongest potentials for Pisces? Thank you. Let's see if I can get anybody to jump. Will anybody jump out? Oh, we got a jumper already. What are the strongest potentials for Pisces, please? We've got 3 cards there. Anybody else? Are there any more strong potentials for Pisces in the next month? Ooh. All right. Pisces, it looks like there's a few. What do we have? We have the Queen of Pentacles. Look at, she's sewing. So we've got some good down to earth mother kind of energy coming in. We've got some nurturing. It looks like we've got some creative project going on. Maybe you're doing a creative project of your own that you're very happy with. And then we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is cutting somebody's hair in this picture. Are you thinking about doing up your look? Are you having a little glow up? Are you thinking about changing something about your look? Maybe a new hairstyle, maybe some new clothes. And then we've got the Page of Cups. Pisces, somebody's going to come and offer you a little friendship, or they're going to offer you a little apology, or they're going to offer you a little thank you. Or maybe you've got a sweet young person in your life who's going to do a project and bring it home to mom and do kiss them and tell them how sweet they are and what a good job they've done. And then we have the King of Wands. Pisces now, this King of Wands, he could be somebody real hot who you're interested in, or he could be you getting up on a stage, or, getting a whole lot of attention. Are you into the arts? Are you a performer of any kind, an actor, a singer, a musician? Do you read poetry? Are you dancing? Are you doing anything out there where the limelight would be on you, Pisces? And what else do we have here? We have the Star. The Star is just a very good card for overall happiness, contentment, and well-being. It's also a card where if you've been upset or hurting about something and struggling for a while, this is a good card of healing. So Pisces, it doesn't look like it's all bad. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. It's the Ten of Swords again. Well, something is coming to a less than happy ending, but it is ending. That's the good news about the Ten of Swords. And interesting here that it's depicted by a tattoo and a tattoo artist and a tattooed arm. 10 swords going on that arm. So, yeah, there is going to be some hurt and some hard feelings. Try not to hang on to them too long. Let yourself get over them. You're going to be released from this project. It's going to be over. These feelings are going to pass eventually. With all those beating wings, the air can't stay thick forever. And it looks like there's some other really fun stuff coming up for you in the next month, Pisces. So hang in there, and we'll see you next time, Pisces. Love you. Bye-bye.